Please take one.
Thank you. Please join us. So, how many online? Okay. Can you introduce yourself? आप अपना नाम बताएंगे, नाम और डिपार्टमेंट. ओके. ओके, विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट. अभी आपको मुझे झेलना पड़ेगा थोड़ी देर, और सो बी कीप पेशेंस. एंड नाउ ओके, लेट्स स्टार्ट. रिसर्च.
मेरा नाम कुमार दुबे है,
जी.
डिपार्टमेंट.
ओके, वेलकम. So, okay, let's start. Okay. Now we say research. Okay. What is research? Simple definition of research is searching again. Research. Okay. Means there is something that already exists and you are searching it again to find some new clue or conclusion or some interpretation or something. To give it a new form of, conclusions. That is research. So means searching again. You have all the literature. Okay, you have original sources, texts, classics, and all this. Okay, you go through them, and for thousands of years, many people are reading that. Okay, you are searching them again with some specific problem. Okay, to search for a specific problem which you designed for your research, that is called topic. Okay, so research is a process to find the solution to your problem, answer to your problem, and interpretation to your problem, right? So first we come briefly how to select a topic. Suppose we take any field of study, any say Buddhist studies. Okay, in Buddhist studies we have so many areas: art, literature, philosophy, history. Okay, and there are so many other things: rituals, practices, meditation, and so on. So out of these you select one area. Okay, this one area, then you zero on one area of study. Then in one area you focus on one problem, one aspect of that. Because topic should have two main characteristics: brief and specific. Okay, we cannot take topics, general topics, like we say history of Buddhism in India. What is the meaning of that? Nothing. History may include so many other streams also, so many other aspects also. So it's very generalized topic. Okay? Or we just say Buddhist philosophy, or we just say Hinduism. So they are general topics. On that we cannot do research, we can just make a survey type of thing. So serious research can be taken when we have a brief area of study and specific problem to solve, specific design to solve, right? Now, for this, when we select the area of study, when we select the topic, okay, then we come to what? Make our thesis statement or hypothesis. What is hypothesis? Hypo means less than, okay, an established view. There is one word called hypothesis, one word called theory. Theory means that thing which has been researched, which has been proved and established, that becomes theory. So hypothesis will remain hypothesis until it remain unsolved, unsearched, and unproved. When it is proved, it is approved, and it is accepted by all, this also become part of the theory. Now, in topic we should also take care of one more thing. That sometimes we take alien ideas which are not related to the main body of the knowledge of the subject, because this knowledge is accumulating. Okay, like in philosophy or history, one person researched on one topic, that became part of knowledge, then other one added to another dimension, this become a knowledge data of a one subject. So we should go related to that, so that we can add to that. We can go on adding our knowledge, and that also become part of the study and the knowledge data or material, whatever you can say. So this thing, topic should be specific, topic should be related to that, and then we should make a hypothesis. Hypothesis is any idea we start with, anything we are problem we are taking for the research or to solve. Then how to formulate a thesis or hypothesis? You can have personal experience also, you can make one, or general culture also you can take. In our general culture there are so many beliefs, so many systems which has not been proved, but people follow them for generations. You can take on that thing also, or tradition also you can take, or means it become from simpler to complicated. Then one can ask, is it necessary to formulate a hypothesis? When we do something, we have to start just why, how, and what. They are also the things which we have to find answer. That is also part of simple hypothesis. Then how to formulate it? As I said, you brief and specific. You take the topic, then you can test the hypothesis whether the available material you get on this, or if some other study that okay, you have the tools of research like dictionary or other things, you have tools of research, you have to utilize that also. And there are a lot of benefits of this. When we know what we are doing, how we are doing, then it will save your time. You will only focus on the material which is needed by your topic. You need not go through the whole material. That will save time, energy also. Then your study is guided. Okay. When you have specific problem, you will have later on, after completion, specific answers that can formulate your conclusions. So this is a guide to the research. We prepare synopsis before this. What is this synopsis? This is that type of a service design or service you do generally in this synopsis. Why am I taking this topic? Okay, what is its importance? What is its relevance? And how it is useful in modern society these days. This also is insisted. Okay. Then after doing this, that why I am taking this, then we have to do the literature review. We have to find out how many books are there on this subject related with this topic, how many articles, how many research papers, how many journals we find. Then you make, okay. That okay, this aspect has been done, and what is left which you can do. Okay, then you can mention, okay, you can cite the books, articles, whatever useful for that. Okay, this work is done by this, he has done this thing, and what is not done, I am trying to do this thing. Okay, then you have scope of your research. In scope you have two things. Area of your study. Okay, this is within the scope of my topic. This is one meaning. Second meaning is when I complete this research, how will it contribute to the knowledge? This is the scope of the research. Then you come to methodology. Okay. There are so many methods of research. Can you tell me how many? How many methods of research are there? नहीं, सब कुछ मुझसे ही निकालोगे, आप लोग भी कुछ बताओ. Okay. Simplest thing is, what is called very basic research is called descriptive research. Whatever is said by others, you also put together, give a description of everything, and you do yourself nothing. That is just, you can say research or not research. Descriptive should not be there. How it should be there, I will tell you later on. There is one scientific method. I was seeing syllabus of your coursework. In this, that scientific method was not mentioned. Scientific method is used actually for science subjects mainly. That is verifiable. That can be proven anytime. जैसे साइंस में किसी ने कोई किया something invented, they can prove by experiment. Okay, this thing is this. So that is related to the facts, and that is can be proven anytime. So that is scientific method. Then what we have, statistical method. If you are doing survey or something, you make statistical data and you do that also. And you can do case study, you can do field study, you can do survey and sampling. There are so many methods. Whatever is the requirement of your topic, there is literary method. Okay, some say that library method, that is also there. So whatever is the requirement of your topic, you adopt the same methodology. If it is surveying and sampling, okay, you make questionnaire, take the interview of people, and you fill up their answers. Then there is a, you make a table, how many agree, how many disagree, how many say I do not know. You see on the TVs also this type of surveys and sampling every time. And then case study, you can take any case study for your research. For example, you say in one area, you say, or working on religion, you just survey the people and the temples or religious edifices, how they practice, how they follow, how many people visit every day, what they believe, what they don't believe, what they like, what they dislike, what they want to eat, what they don't avoid to eat. These type of things you can do. And for the this historical, archaeological, and all this thing, you have to do field research. You have to do field study. You have to go to the site. You have to take measurements. You have to find out do carbon dating or fixing the date of the time, or fixing what is pottery is this, what is this. So different subject need different type of methodology. So this is another type of research. So this way we have some few methods. Some say analytical method. It's a very general thing, because analysis should be done in every research. Analysis is part of the research. So these are the methods. Now, location of material. You have taken a topic, you have selected a subject. Now you have to gather material, data. Okay. अब मटेरियल इकट्ठा करेंगे कि नहीं करेंगे, तो कहाँ से लेंगे? लाइब्रेरी जाएंगे, आर्कियोलॉजिकल सर्वे जाएंगे, रिपोर्ट मांगेंगे, हिस्ट्री वाले, फिलोसफी वाले दूसरा वो देखेंगे. सो यू कलेक्ट योर मटेरियल, okay, related with your subject. In that there are books also, there are journals also, there are periodicals also, there can be some specific reports or some newspapers also. कुछ भी हो सकता है, from where you can get your material. So when everything is clear on your mind, when you are focused, okay, this is my area of study, this is my problem, then you will only gather material related to your subject. So you need not go through everything. Or nowadays it's very easy. You go to the library. Suppose you are doing on say for example Pratit Samutpad or impermanence or something, any problem. You have books. You just open the index, see on which page this thing is mentioned. You only can go through those pages. You need not go through the whole page and search that. Index can help you. Okay, nowadays electronic tools are very much there. You can search on Google. You can search on Google Scholar. You just type your topic or subject. You can find so many. Name of the books, name of the journals, articles by scholars, many things you can get. So you can gather material from any source based on your type of study. If you do field work, then you have to gather your material on the field. So collection of material is very important. Then classification of the material. Okay, classify करेंगे ना आप. So classify, before classifying that, in your synopsis you have made tentative chapters. Structure of the thesis जो आता है, that is your tentative chapters. Okay, but at the time of admission that is just a proposal. Later on, if you find your topic need to be reshuffled or change any title of the chapter or change the order of the chapter, you can do. You are not free. You are not bound to do the same thing which you submitted before. No. That depends on the nature of your topic or nature of your material. So then according to chapters you classify your material, right? When you have material there, then only you can start writing. But before this everything, I forgot to mention one thing. Before formulating your topic, before formulating your subject, before formulating your hypothesis, before everything you need to study a lot. जो हम नहीं कर पाते हैं आज. People do not study or do not read too much. But as much you read, as much idea you will gather. As much you read on the topic, as much you gather the deep meaning of the subject or topic, and you get many dimensions of that. Then it is very easy to do all this what I have been telling just now. So intensive study is prerequisite for everything. You need not just do that, okay, I got the material, this from here, this from here, this from here, and you make a thesis. Actually, these days there are some words have been coined. One, general research is just, we say research. But in West nowadays there is a real research. That is something very different from this, what we are doing here. That is not this thing. I have at least seen 20-30 theses from different universities. And I am too sorry to say that only 10% of them are at some level of research. Maximum just reproduction. Now here I just want to say, you are working for 2, 3, 4 years on a topic. This is your work. This is not work of your supervisor or any other person. Before submitting, you can do it with it whatever you want to do. उसको कैसे सजाना है, कैसे perfect बनाना है, you are free to do. Once you submit, now it's beyond your limit. Then only examiners will give comment. And then only, nowadays actually very, very negligible number of persons are there who fail in PhD because, this teachers connection, okay, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. So these things happen, but actually, since because this is your research work, and whenever you go to some other for interview or something, you have to present that. Oh, this is my research. If it is good, he will also appreciate. Examiner will also appreciate. You will get more satisfaction. So you have to become serious for that. And this is not a very easy task. Because at the same time, I must add one more thing. No work is perfect work. 100% perfect कुछ नहीं होता है. Whosoever claim himself established international scholar, he cannot also have perfect work. But at least the basic things in the research should be exactly right, perfectly right. What type of things? as I say in the introduction, you introduce your topic, say, tell it the significance of that, tell the literature review, tell the scope, tell the methodology, okay, or sources also you can mention. These are my sources. Then a brief structure of this. Then you can add to bibliography, okay. So these things help you in your later research. Later on, when you collect your material and when you do this, now how to formulate chapters? This is thus just logically and chronologically in sequence. First thing first. Suppose I have to go from here to Patna. तो पहले तो बिहार शरीफ ही आएगा, okay, main town. So I cannot write Bihar Sharif when I give the account of my journey from there in the end or in the middle. I have to tell in first that okay, from Nalanda first we reach to Bihar Sharif or Noor Sarai, or 2-3 places name I know, and these things, and finally we reach this. So chapters should be follow logically and chronologically one after the other. First thing first, then second thing, then third, fourth, fifth. What are your chapters? In the chapters, you have title of a chapter, okay? एक chapter का title दे दिया. Say you give me any example. You then in this title, how many things I have to discuss? You can make subtitles also. Nowadays people are doing chapter 1, say 1.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.2. As this day they are doing this thing. So in the chapters or in the main body of the thesis, there should be discussion. Discussion is the soul of research. उस पर चर्चा आपको करनी पड़ेगी. और आप on your topic, something is written in the primary sources, you cannot just go against that, but you can interpret that in your own way. Then there are so many secondary sources. If you agree with some person, you have to say why I agree with him. If you disagree, you have to tell the reason why I disagree and this is my viewpoint. So this is called discussion. If you agree with something, you tell the reason. If you disagree, you tell the reason. If you find interpretation not correct, you give correct interpretation. If you are getting from original source some translation, okay. Translations are not original source, they are secondary source. But if you are quoting, so you have to tell that mention that translation by so and so. Just 1 second. Hello? Okay. Then those concluding paragraph, formulate your conclusions sequentially. Okay, I discuss this thing, this is my impression, this thing, that these are the conclusions I draw. If you have correct problem, you get correct conclusion. If you have correct approach, you get correct approach. Nowadays, sometimes I find conclusions also taken from others' books. So, at some point, we have to deviate from this practice. We have to go to real research because change is every time needed. And nowadays, the circumstances, you see new education policies coming and there are so many new rules, regulations coming. So those who are worth, they will only stay. लेकिन सब कुछ चलता है वो बात दूसरी है, but still you feel satisfaction, you feel happiness. Now within this text, writing of the thesis, we have one very important thing, citation and referencing. Okay. Citation referencing, there are 2-3 styles going on. On every chapter, you give footnote 1, 2, 3. Okay. You write name of the author, his work, year, publication, and place. Okay. Some give year in the end and page number. Okay. If you are getting it again and again, you just write name of the author, offset, and only give page number. If it is sequentially coming, you give that, then I bit. If page number is different, I bit this page. Okay. Then this footnoting, referencing, some do one chapter in continuity, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to end they have one number. continued, not every page, on every page new number. जैसे एक चैप्टर में 100 रेफरेंस आए तो 1 to 100 they will mark. This can help because sometimes on references on previous page and you give footnote on next. So this can help that thing. And there are end notes. You give all the references in the end of your chapters. That is also there. In some books I find that all the chapters references and this they give at the end of the book. So whatever is suitable to you, you can follow. But at the end of book is not possible. End notes can do. But for the person who see your thesis, footnotes are very easy to verify and see. Number you can make same page 1 to 3 or you can continue to make in one chapter. Okay. So conclusions are also there with that thing. Now what? अभी क्या बचा? Referencing, style of referencing, selection of topic, methodology, collection of material. What then? Okay, objectivity. Objectivity also is main thing in the research. You, a researcher, should not be a pleader. जैसे कोर्ट में होता है ना, दो पार्टी लड़ते हैं, एक इसका वकील है, एक इसका है. Sorry, we cannot pass on moral judgments. Okay, these are some points of objectivity. If you say your facts, your interpretation says this thing is correct, you only stick to that. You deliberately, knowingly should not make it whether this is true or untrue. Whatever it is, facts as they are, you have to give. In mainly religious studies, I find, भगवान के बारे में लिख रहे, भगवान तो कुछ गलत कर नहीं सकता है. अगर कोई लिखेगा तो उसके खिलाफ तो धरना पर्दा. Whatever you feel this is not correct, you should dare to say that this is not correct. अभी DU में और बहुत जगह बहुत सारे प्रदर्शन हो चुके, लोग अब डरते हैं कुछ टॉपिक्स पे काम करते हुए. But the objectivity is that you have to bring the truth by your research. You have to bring the facts. This is true, this is not true. This practice is good, this practice is harmful. Researcher, this is the duty of the researcher. So objectivity of the researcher should be there and he can judge the facts. He cannot be a pleader. कुछ लोग तो डाटा को ही अपने उसमें हक में मोल्ड कर लेते हैं. जैसे आपको ये होता है ना, प्री पोल सर्वे आता है, अभी इलेक्शन हो रहे, कई स्टेट्स का आ रहा है, बीजेपी जीत रही है, टीएमसी जीत रही है, कांग्रेस जीत रही है, ये जीत रही है, अपने अपने पैसे दे ही कराते हैं. अगर अनबायस्ड आए और रिजल्ट आए तो ज़्यादा वेरिएशन नहीं आएगा. फिर सर्वे सैंपल कितना है? सपोज इन वन कंस्टिट्यूएंसी देयर आर 10 lakh वोटर्स, दे सर्वे ओनली 1000 और समटाइम्स 500, 600. So how can you get correct results? Suppose by chance you get supporters of only one person, you get naturally more majority of him. So these things should be taken care of and should be very careful, and one should just prove the facts. Okay, what is truth you have to bring out, or what your problem you took with you, you have to do that. Then at the same time there are some ethical responsibilities also. Nowadays you must have heard the name plagiarism. Plagiarism के बारे में सब जानते हैं. अगर nowadays before submission there is a originality test. There are some software they tell you how many percentage there. Then beyond 1% it is not permitted to submit. Then you have to bring it down. So in order to just save yourself from plagiarism, you have to become honest. Suppose you are taking someone else's study, you give a reference. Okay, this is from so and so, this book and page number this. That is not plagiarism. if you quote from this word verbatim, as it is words, you change the font, do it italics or small font or within inverted commas. That is not plagiarism. Okay. If you are writing in your own language, but you are not acknowledging others' idea, then also it is a problem. You have to mention, okay, see this work, I have taken this idea from this. Because in some cases, what happens, we do overwriting. There is some good article on there, we also want to article, we just change few words in every sentence and do that. That is called overwriting, that is also not permitted. So these are called ethical responsibilities. Okay, you are mentioning something, you mention the source, you mention, acknowledge another person's work. अपना थीसिस किसी और से लिखवा लिया, या पिगी बैकिंग भी बोलते हैं। तो बड़े बड़े नेताओं की किताबें छपती है, वो कहाँ खुद उनको कहाँ लिखने का टाइम होता है, उनकी बुक्स निकलती हैं, छपवाते हैं। वो घोस्ट राइटिंग बोलो, पिगी बैकिंग बोलो, कुछ भी बोल सकते हैं। तो दीज आर कॉल्ड अनएथिकल प्रैक्टिसेस इन रिसर्च। ओके, अभी तो मेरे ख्याल से ब्रीफ तो मैंने बोल दिया। नाउ इफ यू आर स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चंस or any problem, I can try to answer or satisfy your inquiries. हो गया, इतना ही होता है, आधा पौना घंटा हो गया। नहीं, एनी क्वेश्चन, किसी का कोई प्रॉब्लम है, ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम, डिस्कस कर सकता है। और अगर ये सोच रहे कहाँ फंस गए, कितनी कब छूटेंगे, तो ओके, मेरी तरफ से फ्री हो आप लोग। बंदे जी विपස්සना में है, बंदे जी तो। एनी क्वेश्चन? नो?
Excuse me, sir. Ji.
यस,
Good afternoon, sir.
Good
afternoon, sir.
गुड आफ्टरनून।
Thank you so much for your presentation here. I would like to ask one question regarding our research proposal.
ओके,
So, in our research proposal, someone says that in our research proposal we have to write the direction as well in our research. In my research, there is some gap that I cannot fill my side. Then in our direction we can say that there is such kind of gap, so someone can fill up that gap. Such kind of direction can we give in our research proposal?
no, if you cannot fill the gap, then how can you make it a proposal like that? Hello? Net.
Yeah, sir. I can hear you.
You see, if something not possible for you to do, then just to change the orientation of your research and make it suitable for your material and the findings. Just slight modification in your title will do that.
Okay.
And what you are doing, you only mention that, okay, I am focusing on this aspect of problem and I am doing this in this chapter, this in this chapter, which is not possible to do. How can you do? Or if you by any means, if you can fill that, then you can try to fill that.
Okay.
If it's not possible, then you cannot keep it, same at the same in the same position for indefinitely, because you have to finish your research within a particular time. This is not a whole life project. So just slightly, modify your proposal and you can go according to your data or material. Okay. I think it should be helpful for you.
Okay.
Good. हो गया?
और कोई किसी के प्रश्न हो तो आप पूछ सकते हैं ऑनलाइन।
I think सबको clear हो गया।
It's okay. I have gone through the basics because I didn't come prepared. I was told in the morning to say something this. So fundamentals of research or whatever I could think, I try to say something on that. And I think these are the basic ideas which are very useful for all the researchers. They should follow these things, whether it is objectivity, whether it is ethical responsibility, whether it is discussion, whether any other aspect of this, methodology or the sources, this we should follow, or referencing, etc. So we should start with specific problem, get answer to that and write in your conclusion. That's all. The steps you take, that are your chapters. So chapters, you do not write the conclusion of others, make your own conclusions, own interpretation, own understanding. That's all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. वो कुछ पूछ रहे हैं?
हाँ बोलिए बोलिए सुमित जी।
आवाज साफ नहीं आ रही।
एक एक
एक मिनट, आवाज साफ नहीं आ रही। एक सेकंड रुको, एक सेकंड रुको।
सुमित जी आपकी आवाज साफ नहीं आ रही, रुकिए एक मिनट।
Number or even number, like four, if there are 4 chapters in main body and 1 introduction and the last concluding chapter, so is there any strict regulation for creating only 6 chapters? That would be best for our research, I mean thesis or dissertation, final dissertation, or will we increase the number of chapters?
कुछ समझ आ रहा?
वो शायद वो पूछ रहे हैं चैप्टराइजेशन के।
Okay, you see, in my university, introduction is no chapter, conclusion is not chapter. Introduction and conclusions are not chapters. In between are chapters.
Okay.
But every university has its own rule. You can find whatever it is in your own university. But in Delhi University, in research board, they decided that introduction and conclusions are not chapters.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, may I to my second, please?
Yes, no problem.
Thank you, sir. Sir, regarding citation, I think there are 2 ways. First one is footnote, and the second one is endnote, right?
Yes.
Yeah, suppose that in every pages I have written footnotes.
I understand. I mentioned this in my talk also. You can do both. On every page you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, or you can continue till the end of one chapter in sequence, 1 to 50, 60, 70, 80. You can continue that also. And notes also you can do. Or there are also one more method I forgot to tell you. There are text notes also. Text notes also, which some people follow. I can tell you about text notes now if you want to know. Also in this,
Okay, sir, thank you.
in bibliography, bibliography also we left. I just say few more things. In bibliography, how to formulate your bibliography, right? First you say original sources or primary sources, that are in classic language, like for English classics by classic scholars or authors, or in Buddhist studies there are sources in Chinese, Tibetan, Pali, Sanskrit, etc. In every subject there are primaries. Then secondary sources are the books written on the subject, translations, etc. are secondary sources. So alphabetically you make, for example, for classics, like Manusmriti, this, that, in original sources you tell with the title of this alphabetically. Then you can write edited by so and so or compiled by so and so, then give you the publication and year and everything. Then secondary sources, surname first, then the name, then the year, then the title of the book, then publisher, place in the end. Or some people write year in the end also. In footnote, in the end comes page number, right? These are secondary sources. Now, edited books, journals. You give the name of the journal, name of the editor, then name of the journal. Then in that journal, specific author, whose paper is that? You mention that and give page numbers, this page to this page. And volume number, whether it is volume 1, year also, that you give that way. Then you have to encyclopedias and bibliographies and these type of things. Or dictionaries, you make separate column for that. And then you can give web sources. You have to give name of the site, okay, article, which article is, give name of the site, and earlier it was also mandatory to mention accession date, accessed on. That date also was to be given. And some authors gave, after bibliography, readings. You have read some books, but you have not mentioned, but you have read, you can give some readings also, some books you can give, if you want to give. Now what is text note? In your bibliography, you have, suppose one author, 2-3 works. Then you give them in the sequence of year of publication. First publication first, second, third, and this way. Okay. Then in text note, what you do, just write surname of the author, year, then colon and page number. You need not write P, only page number. Author say, for example, anything. I say Joshi, okay. Joshi, year 1989 or 1999 or 72, page number. And bibliography, you can say in bibliography. These are called text notes. Okay. And bibliography also, now you know how to prepare. That should be alphabetical order. Any more question, query? ये मेरा चेहरा देख के खुलता है.
Thanks for your
Okay, you can ask. Just see my face and open. Okay, everybody, anybody else? Yeah. Tell your topic.
My topic is cross-cultural communication.
Sorry?
Intercultural communication.
Cross-cultural communication. Cross-cultural communication, okay.
Yeah, but this topic I think is not specific as you mentioned before. So Fuji suggests me that how to recognize the topic that is specific and not vast.
Yes. So you make it specific. Cross-cultural, religious communication, literary communication, social communication, economic communication, anything you can make specific. Whatever you like. Rituals, practices, there can be so many things. You discuss with your supervisor and you ask him that, okay, please make it specific so that I can complete. If you cross-cultural communication is very general, means that is between in the whole world. This is not possible. You cannot do that within specific region or within one country or within one region or between two countries or say between Theravada countries. That is also understandable, but there are so many Theravada countries also. So you just make as brief as possible so that you can do focus study, you can get material, you can discuss more elaborately on that. Okay. हो गया जी. आप लोगों को कुछ नहीं पूछना ना? ठीक है जी. कहाँ गए आपके और सुना? मुझे झेला, उसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. अगर कोई काम की बात लगी हो तो मेरे को खुशी होगी. और आपको शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ कि आप अच्छा काम करें, आप लोगों को अपना प्राउड फील करें अपने काम से, आपका सुपरवाइजर भी फुल के कुप्पा हो जाए और विश यू ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट. थैंक यू सो मच एवरीबॉडी.
Thank you, sir.
थैंक यू सो मच. थैंक यू. बाय.
Thank you, sir.
डिफरेंट पर्सनैलिटी, यू आर ऑल्सो वन पर्सनैलिटी. जो दूसरे कर सकते हैं वो आप लोग भी कर सकते हैं. मैं जब PhD कर रहा था तो रिसर्च फ्लोर में एक स्टूडेंट बैठता था, वो UPSC की तैयारी कर रहा था. उसने अपने टेबल पे एक 2-3 लाइन्स लिख के रखा हुआ था. मैं आपको बता दूं, आपके काम आएगा. अदर्स हैव डन इट, आई कैन डू इट, लास्ट टाइम आई विल डू इट. ओके, महामंत्र है. अगर दूसरे कर सकते तो आप क्यों नहीं कर सकते? बोलिए. आप लोगों में सब तो सब पूरा शरीर स्वस्थ सब कुछ ठीक रहा, 8 लाख सब काम कर रहे हैं, कर सकते हो. मेहनत करो. जो आज नहीं हो कल होगा, जो कल नहीं हो परसों होगा जरूर, ये गारंटी है. मैं तो किसान के, मेरे तो पेरेंट्स अनपढ़ थे, हमारी पीढ़ी पढ़ने लगी है. तब जूते वूते भी नहीं होते, जूती पहन के जाते थे स्कूल. और प्राइमरी स्कूल तो चौपाल में लगता था, कोई बारात आती तो छुट्टी. चौपाल की दीवारों पे वो गिनती पहाड़े काका कार्ड में लिख के उसके गुप्ता रहता है तो कितना तेज हो, फिर वो उसका नहीं जीते जी. डॉक्टर बन जाओ. ओके, उसका पर्यायवाची होता मोदी प्राप्त हो.